And we have a responsibility to the workforce to make sure that they're being looked after. It just feels like a lot of organisations have got a big disconnect between what is actually going to make their managers good people managers and actually that and what they're training them on at the moment, which tends to be more around process rather than people.
Yeah. And I love your idea that organisations have got to look at the team. How do you get the best out of your manager, as well as how does the manager get the best out of you? I think that's a great. I wish I'd thought of that. I probably will claim that I did now.
That's fine. You can have that one.
Yes, I think that's really powerful. And then, as I say, getting managers to understand that, they can have a dramatic effect. I mean, and sometimes even with some of the contemporary thinking, we almost give them the excuses. I mean, this thing about, millennials, have got all these demands and they don't do this and they don't do that. I mean, I've seen some of the younger people coming into the workforce. They're coming in with higher levels of expectations, higher levels of aspiration. They've got energy levels which are far above probably my contemporaries. They've got a level of knowledge and the ability to tap into knowledge that we never had. And I think, frankly, it's a cop-out to say that, these are the problem generation. I think it's managers not seizing and capitalising on what is a latent resource. I think sometimes we even give managers the excuse. And even performance appraisals. Your company doesn't get rid of performance appraisal. Suck it up. You've got 364 other days in the year where you can make a dramatic impact. If you have to put up with a flawed process, do it. A really good manager will.
I do feel for the millennials. It's a shame we've labelled them.
Yeah.
But to be fair, despite my age, I class myself as a millennial because I do.
It's a way of thinking more than an age.
And that whole piece around being the very best version of yourself, and in order for me to fulfill my ambitions, then I've got to find an employer who will be willing to kind of enable me to be innovative, creative, try things, make mistakes, fail at some stuff. Because if I'm not doing that, I'm not innovating as well as I need to, and I feel that is pretty much on par with a lot of what I hear from millennials. And I hear often that they're not loyal. Well, that's just not true. They are. They're just looking for something different to be loyal to. They're looking for employers who do something that makes a difference in the world.
Absolutely.
When they go to work, they want an experience. And this is just change. And the technology revolution's brought this on. People are now more in touch with their emotional intelligence than they've ever been before. And that's not a bad thing. And actually, it's not the millennials that need to change. It's us that need to change, because this is the future.